What is this?
You want to give it a shot?
What is it?
I'm asking 3 very easy questions, elementary level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go. So see if people could get 2 of 3. Very easy. So we'll start with the first one. The first one's the hardest, but then make it easier. They're all multiple choice.
Okay.
So
this I like this type of shit because I used to watch that show. Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader?
that's the question that I actually use as well.
It'd be like, fuck this little fucking smarter than me. Hell fucking no.
Right,
I just forgot a lot of shit.
There you go. All right, so this first one has 2 images, and the reason I call them images is because one of them's a photograph and one of them's a painting. So I want to see if people can tell the difference. Which one's a photograph and which one's a painting?
Painting photograph.
All right.
I paint,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
so I know.
It's actually a trick question though. They're both paintings.
Oh!
Yeah.
You go.
No, I don't expect.
But this one was looking more like a painting because
Yeah.
it's more like blurred.
There you go. No, yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, but,
but they're.
my dumb ass outdid photography too, so
Yeah.
the shine on his forehead, that's not really like, I didn't really
Analyze it as much. But here's my point. Nobody gets this one right. It's impossible. But there is 2 reasons why I asked this question. They have to do with common sense. The first reason is just believing someone opens the door to being deceived, right? If
Exactly.
you believe me that one's a photograph, that influences.
And I am naive.
Yeah, there you go. So it's not good to just believe someone, and I know it's not
Exactly.
good to lie to someone, but I do it just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Obviously.
Just wake me up.
The second reason is if you want to determine something is real, an image is not good enough. Because if I show you an image of me flying or me walking on water, would you believe I could do those things?
Hell yeah.
If I showed you an image of me flying, no, right? That's obvious. You have to tell. You would literally ask for me to fly in front of you.
Right, like, do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, image is not good enough. So these next 2 have to do with water, which elementary physics, super
Oh,
easy.
that's
Easy. So water, could we agree? Once it's contained like in this bottle, water always seeks the lowest point. In other words, it always goes down. Because even if I turn the bottle upside down, water always knows to go down. That's what water does. Water always goes down. That's a fact. It doesn't matter what direction the bottle is, right?
Yeah.
So since we understand that fact about water, and that it always goes down, how I'm showing you these 2. I painted the water blue with food coloring just to make it easier, you know, because the water's see-through, but just to be able to see the water easier. Since we understand water always goes down, how I'm showing you these 2, which one is upside down?
You got it, bro. Half full.
Half empty. So since we understand water always goes down,
Yeah.
which one is upside down of these 2? So I'm showing them to you.
None.
Okay, one of them is right side up, and one of them is upside down. This
Water,
one's not-
water can't be upside down.
Exactly. So how I'm showing you these 2 images, which one of these 2 images is upside down? One of these images is upside down. How I'm showing it to you.
You're trying to.
Look at the water. If you understand water always goes to the bottom of the bottle, which one of these 2 is upside down? How I'm showing it to you.
They're not upside down.
No, one of them is. One of the images is upside down.
Water can't be upside down.
No, I know, exactly. So if water can be upside down, okay, let me ask you this one. Which one is right side up?
That one will be
Right side up, right?
technically
Right side up.
how the water will be
Exactly,
displaced.
exactly. So this one's upside down because I took it like this.
That one, okay.
I took this
Yeah.
image, holding it up to the ceiling, so that
Okay.
the water could be on the bottom, like that.
Oh.
So that's the one that was upside down. This one.
Yeah, but they're both like,
But they're both the same orientation, the bottle.
Yeah.
But the image, this one was upside down because the water can't stick to the top.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I was
I can
wondering
never
if that
make the
was-
water
I was wondering
stick
if
to
that was a trick question.
No. It
But
wasn't.
that
no.
one was like,
It makes you
literally,
think a little more. Yeah. This last one's even easier. You know, even easier. Have you ever heard of water always finds its level? Yeah, right? What would be another word for level?
Viscosity.
I'm sorry?
Oh, level?
Level, like in construction. You know, if you want to make something level, what would be another word for level?
Surface?
I mean, yeah, can we say horizontal?
Horizon?
Horizontal. Because we could have a straight line, but if it's at a slope, it's not level. It has to be a
It has to
horizontal,
be
straight
horizontal,
line.
straight
That's what
line.
level means, right?
Yeah.
Since we understand that water always finds its level, like the surface of a pool, right? And we, you know, which one of these 2 represents level correctly? Since we understand what level means, and A or B? It's the easiest one of all 3. Which one represents level? When we're looking at the water.
When we're looking at the water.
Yeah, which one of these 2 represents level, as we know it?
Structure, body. This one swimming be level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an obvious one, right? So the real reason I do this is because over 95% of the population, including myself and maybe you, have been tricked to believing this is the answer, even though we know it's this one. You want to know how we were tricked? Do you believe the Earth is a ball? No? Oh, you don't? So you've heard of flat Earth then, right? Right? So NASA in specific, because most people do believe the Earth is a ball.
I don't believe NASA. I don't believe NASA.
That's good, man. That's good. NASA is just Disney for adults, basically.
Exactly.
So they claim to have satellites orbiting the Earth, so they need to know the radius of orbit. So they need to know the radius of the Earth. So they do tell us the radius of the Earth, meaning that they tell us it's 3,159 miles, which means there has to be curvature every mile, and every mile it increases. So if we actually went out to a giant lake that was miles across to measure for this curvature, they're telling us that it's bending 6 feet in 3 miles. But in reality, we understand the physics of water, and every lake on Earth is level on the surface.
Right.
That's why it's called sea level. So the oceans are level; they're not curving.
Right.
There you go. So, do you have any questions about this topic? I know you already don't believe NASA and everything, right?
Yeah.
Just another quick point before you go. The horizon. We brought up the horizon earlier. How would you describe the horizon?
It's a reflection of water.
No. Geometrically, how would you describe it? How does it look?
180.
Could we say it's horizontal?
Oh yeah, it is horizontal.
I would say that's where the word horizon comes from. Another thing so they're telling us that if the Earth is truly curving at the horizon when we're at a beach, when we elevate, we should never be able to see
the
horizon in front of us.
Right.
So the horizon always rises with you. So if the horizon is truly the curve of the Earth, when we rise up, the horizon should be below you. You should be looking down.
Even on a train, even on a fucking plane, I mean.
Exactly. And even on a plane, it's right in front of you. The horizon is always horizontal. And it never changes to a curve, right? The only place you're ever going to see curvature of the Earth is through GoPro fisheye lens.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or through CGI cartoons like this. So NASA will show us, they admit these are,
that bullshit,
they call them images, they don't call them photographs. And another, I don't think if you knew this, but the word image comes from the word imagination. So
I know that.
Yeah, so all of these are imaginary. That's the reason they call them images, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So yeah, we don't live on a ball. And outer space, and this is another big lie. Outer space, the stars, the planets, well, the stars are there, but they're not planets.
Exactly, they're lights.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what God talking about in the Bible.
There you go, yeah.
I believe in the Bible.
The Bible is, I would say, obviously it's more dead on, than
the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because people over here talk about bullshit.
Yeah, there you go.
And that Bible talk about everything.
Yeah, it does. It does talk about a lot of things, I would say, So I came across it 6 years ago in 2016, well 7 years ago now, and it's been censored since like 2019. So if you go on Google, type in flat Earth or Globe Lie or Ball Earth Lie.
I was already looking up this stuff. They can't censor it.
They can't censor it.
I've seen it already.
They're ridiculing it. That's how they're censoring it.
Yeah.
So they have all these experts on TV just ridiculing it and not taking it serious.
Yep.
So that's why I'm out here, just to give it to people straight. And I have some information here.
Because everybody, they coming at me and telling me, and I tell them, I say, the world not round.
There you go.
You seen it through a different lens.
Yeah, you've seen it through a lens, exactly.
And they like, what was you telling me? I said, okay, I don't want to talk.
No, yeah. So
I'm not trying to argue.
Here's the 6 main proofs that debunked the globe. Geometry, the measurement of the Earth, how we build everything, from railroads to navigation to bridges, everything, all the blueprints don't take account of curvature.
No, that's why I was studying architecture.
There you go, yeah.
And like, I know the life, whatever it is, whatever we go through, it's always about this right here.
Perspective, yeah, how we see the world, yeah. So they're playing on perspective because we have a limit to how far we can see, and they're saying, oh, that's the curve of the Earth.
Yeah.
So they're playing on our perspective and switching it to the globe, basically, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm like, yeah, I understand it all.
Oh man, I'm glad, man. You're probably like one of the first persons that I came across that's really open like this.
My name is Marquise, son of God.
Oh really? I'm William.
So I'm working on walking in my name.
Okay, there you go.
So
yeah.
Like, I gotta find the truth and seek it. And when I find it, I split it to the rest of the people.
Hey, that's exactly what I'm doing, man. Literally, this completely changed my life, my perspective, right?
Exactly.
And it's just
a point of view, because everybody thinking that this is the way to life.
Exactly,
and
man.
Then, in the Bible it tells you, what they say, God created light to rule what? The day and the night.
Right.
And so people talk about this fucking fake ass NASA shuttle going to the fucking moon, and they getting arguing with me, telling me like that's real, and I'm like, the moon is not real. It's a light.
Yeah, it is.
You cannot land on the moon.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's like saying Oh, I'm gonna put the sun right here. You think I'm gonna stand on the sun? That moon?
For all we know, it's just a reflection of something
That's
else.
all it is.
We don't know what it is exactly.
That's
but
all
it's
it
just
is.
the light, like you
We
said.
are in a firmament,
Exactly.
and the way that's like, this like, I think it's the reflection from the water to the sky.
We don't
That's
know
what
it
gives
is.
it the blue sky. That's my theory. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
that's how I feel. Like, because when you got a reflection from something from water,
Right.
it refracts,
Yeah.
and that goes right back up to the sun. So,
That's
like,
a good theory.
why do you get blue skies?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you get purple skies?
Exactly. Another thing that the Bible talks about real quick about the sky. Have you heard of the dome? The
Yeah.
dome theory? So that's way more logical and scientific than the outer space
In the
theory.
outer space shit, yeah.
Exactly. So outer space
Exactly.
is just a theory. It can the negative pressure of outer space cannot exist next to Earth's pressure without a container.
You can't.
So there probably is a dome.
They're probably right. They're probably right, but they're not telling the truth.
Exactly.
They tell half of it.
Exactly.
I appreciate talking to
I
you.
appreciate you, man. You're the first person that's talked to me in an hour and a half.
I take that.
Oh my God. So I
I'm
appreciate
a
that, man.
one-on-one, that's why.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
That's it? I'm intrigued. What are you doing right here?
Okay, so let's get started.
I would like to say the answer is yes,
Yeah,
but
let's
I
find
feel
out.
like you're going to tell me it's no.
No. Everybody has common sense. So my point is, do you trust your common sense? Right? That's the question. 'Cause
Okay.
everybody has it, right? So
Sure.
So I'll start with there's 3 questions, and the first one's the hardest, but then they get easier. All right.
Sure.
So this first one, I have 2 images, and the reason I call them images is because one of them's a photograph and one of them's a painting. So I want to
Sure.
see if people can tell the difference.
So one of these is a photograph and one is a painting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the painting.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Hugh Laurie is the painting, I think.
Okay. Well, it was a trick question. They're both paintings.
Wow, interesting.
Right? So yeah, I don't expect people to get this one because it's impossible, right? But there is 2 reasons why I asked this question that have to do with common sense. The first reason is just believing someone opens the door to being deceived, right? Because you guys believe me, the one's a photograph that influenced your choice, right? So it's not good to just believe someone, right? So the second reason is if we want to determine something is real, an image is not good enough. Because if I showed you an image of me flying or me walking on water, would you guys believe I could do those things? No, right? Because that defies physics. Especially if an image defies physics, we shouldn't trust the image, right? That's obvious. So the next one has to do with elementary physics, so I can't lie to you. It has to do with water. So could we agree that once water is contained like in this bottle, it always seeks this lowest point? In other words, it always goes down. It always goes to the bottom of the bottle, regardless of the orientation of the bottle. Water always shows us what down is.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of the orientation of the bottle,
True
right?
north.
So since we understand that fact about water, it always goes down, right? I painted the water blue with food coloring just to make it easier because water is hard to see, you know, in a bottle. So since we understand water always goes down, right? How I'm showing you these 2 images, which one is upside down? Because we understand water always
looks like that one.
There you go. You guys agree with him? Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Which image is upside down?
Which one is upside down? Since we understand water always goes down. I'm
think
showing it to you.
yeah, I mean, yes, that's upside down, but I feel like it's a trick question
It's not a
because
trick question. You got it.
is it okay?
Yeah,
all
I
right.
got it. I took it like that. Holding it up to the ceiling. So yeah, it's pretty easy, right? Yeah, pretty common sense. So this last one's the easiest one of all. Have you guys ever heard of water always finds its level?
Yeah.
Right? What could be another word for level?
Flat.
Horizontal would be the proper definition, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Since we understand that fact about water as well, that it always finds its level. Which one of these 2, since we understand what level means, right? Which one? Which one of these 2 represents level as we know it? Since we understand water always finds its level, and what level?
Scale.
This is
5 feet.
Yeah, it's
7
5
feet up.
Yeah.
The horizontal scale miles.
So if we went out, for example, a giant lake that was miles
Because it's
across.
miles, it's this.
So if it was a lake that was miles across, you're gonna go with this one too?
Yeah.
You're gonna go with this one too?
No, it's a miles, but I just think it's that one.
You think it's this one? Okay. So you think this is what level means?
I think so.
No, I'm gonna go tell me this one.
Yeah, it's obvious, right?
Right.
So the correct answer in engineering, in construction, will be this one. You know That's the reason why there's liquid in it. Because water, again, liquid always finds its level. You know, there's no deviation.
Sure.
Right. So the real reason I do this is because over 95% of the population, including myself and maybe you guys, have been tricked to believing this is what level means, even though we know it's distance. And I think you have an idea why. Do you guys believe the Earth is a ball?
Ball, yeah.
A ball, right? Yeah, so NASA in specific, they claim to have satellites orbiting the Earth, so they need to know the radius of orbit, so they need to know the radius of the Earth if they're going around it, supposedly. And they do tell us the radius of the Earth. It's 3,959 miles, and then multiplying that times 2, we get the diameter, right? And with multiply the diameter times pi, we get the circumference. So the circumference of the Earth, allegedly, is 24,901 miles, which means there has to be curvature every mile. So the first mile is an 8-inch drop, the second mile 32 inches, by the third mile it should be 6 feet of curvature. And by 10 miles it should be 66 feet of curvature. That's probably more than half of this building of curvature in 10 miles. So if we actually went out in nature like a giant lake that was miles across.
That's not how math works with respect to the curvature of the Earth.
How does the curvature of the Earth math work then?
It's steady across
So you
time.
think Earth is if it was
It doesn't go up exponentially. It's steady across the field.
Okay, if it just kept steady, like 8 miles every mile, 8 inches every mile, then it would just be a pyramid. That would create a pyramid shape. Yeah, it would. Yeah, if you get a graph and you go a mile this way,
And the Earth is round.
exactly, it means it has to increase every mile. If it's a sphere.
Yeah, but it doesn't increase exponentially.
Yeah, it's 8 inches the first mile, 32 inches the second mile, 72 inches by the third mile, which is 6 feet.
That's exponential growth.
Yeah,
Is what you're saying.
It has to come back around.
In fact, the Earth isn't actually spherical at all. In fact, it's more like a
Oblong, yeah, but
a little bit.
That's not how the curve. Whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Go on.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so my point is that if we actually went out to a giant lake to build this structure over a giant body of water, like a lake, for example, the water, in my opinion, because that's the way I understand physics of water, it's going to be parallel to any level or horizontal structure over it. But they're trying to tell us that it's bending, and we should be able to physically measure this curvature if it's truly there. Every lake on Earth should be explained. Exactly. So in my opinion, this will be the #1 experiment to debunk it. A physical measurement of the Earth. So in my opinion, we don't live on a planet based on the physics of water. That would be the #1 experiment or #1 proof. The physics of water.
That we don't live on a.
That we don't live on a ball.
Okay, so
Why does this is cute. Why does a ship come into view over the sea at an actual distance you can calculate?
So I don't know.
Which has nothing to do with the numbers you showed us earlier, by the way. That's not how it
Right.
works.
So that has to do with perspective. So our eyes have a limit to how far we can see.
Fair enough. To
Sure.
negate this perspective, though, why does it rise up over the horizon?
It seems to rise up because the ocean is obstructing the hull of the
Yeah,
boat.
all right.
Because of
Nice
perspective.
talking to you. That's cool. You have a pretty cool presentation, but holy shit, dude, the Earth is flat.
It's not flat, it's level, like the ocean. Have you heard of the term sea level?
see, of course.
Sea level, right? It's all done from a datum line. How we measure height to be congruent with each other, and how we measure depth to be congruent with each other. It wouldn't work on a globe. All those heights and depths wouldn't be congruent to each other on a globe. They'll be on different levels. Well, in other words, the way they redefine level to make us believe this in math is equal distance from the surface, from the center to the surface of a sphere.
I understand. Okay, I started to understand what this is now, and I get that people that have the opinion that you perhaps do.
Right. I would say it's not an opinion. I would say it's based on facts that they're telling us. These
Well,
numbers.
I
I didn't
mean-
come up with these numbers. This is what NASA gives us.
Sure.
They don't
Okay.
promote it for a reason. That's the thing. You know,
Okay, but if this thing is all a flat thing, it's not a sphere, it's not a ball, then there's an edge. We can go to the edge.
So
Like,
yeah.
to turn it into pop culture, like we can go to the Game of Thrones ice wall.
Yeah. So here's my response.
Why has no one ever been there in the history of humanity? Ever.
So I don't know if you knew, there's an Antarctic treaty.
Sure.
So there's over 50 countries now have signed it, and it prevents any civilian like me and you, if we were rich, for example, from exploring in the 66 degrees south parallel and beyond. So anybody that gets close to Antarctica is not allowed to go. So even if there was an edge, I would say there's an end to the Earth, not an edge, because outer space is just a theory. So what's outside of the Earth?
Outer space is a theory.
Outer space is just a concept. It's a concept. But I would say concept just another word for theory.
Okay,
so everything
sure.
that's telling us about outer space, in my opinion, is just make-believe.
I don't know.
So,
Okay.
so the edge is not a real question, it's the end. If there's an end, you know. That's my point.
If there's an end, there's got to be a start. We
But-
got to go on a tour, but
Thanks for talking.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, have a good one. All right, you too.